Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Piledriver podcast, season 3, episode 2. I am one of your hosts, Daniel, joined by my other two hosts.
It's Bourbon.
Chris.
Today, we're going to be talking about this massive pay-per-view weekend, which features WWE Night of Champions 2023 in Saudi Arabia on Saturday night. We got NXT Battleground 2023 Sunday night, and then we got AEW Double or Nothing 2023 Sunday night in Las Vegas. And we will also be talking about AEW using AI generated art for their merchandise. That is what we're going to get right into. So, first off, we're going to kick it off with some NXT, then go to WWE, then end it off with some AEW. So, without a shadow of a doubt, let's begin with some NXT. So, there are 6 matches for NXT Battleground 2023 this Sunday. We're not going to be predicting all these matches, but we will be quickly discussing them. So, there's the NXT North American Championship match. Wes Lee defends against Joe Gacy and Tyler Bate. NXT Tag Team Championship match. Gallus defends against the Creed Brothers. NXT Heritage Cup match. Noam Dar defends against Dragon Lee. Last Man Standing match. Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak. NXT Women's Championship Tournament Finals, Tiffany versus Lyra. And then the main event for the NXT Championship. It is a rematch from Stand and Deliver. Carmelo Hayes defends against an angry, heel Braun Breaker. So, overall, I think this card looks absolutely stacked. And believe it or not, I'm more excited for this than I am for the other 2 shows this weekend. And that's just me being unbiased. I think this pay-per-view, this card has a chance to be one of the best pay-per-views of the entire year.
Yeah, I think the same thing. It is so stacked, and I have not been watching a lot of NXT just because I wanted to just wait a little while until it was kind of busy. But when I saw this card, geez, it was stacked as all hell. And now I could easily predict every one of them because that's how I am with this stuff. But this, so far, I'm actually more excited too. Same thing with anything else. I'm kind of excited for this one. This kind of looks like an NXT TakeOver Black and Gold version of a TakeOver right now. It's so stacked. So far, I think this is probably one of the best ones this year probably might happen, and probably this week.
I agree. So, Chris, what's your take?
Like I said, it probably will be the strongest card, but definitely that Dragunov match alone, since the Last Man Standing looks insane. But why they gotta release it on Sunday with AEW? Like, why can't you just push it like on Saturday or something? For now.
Because WWE Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why couldn't they?
And they can't do it Friday because SmackDown and Rampage.
Why couldn't they do it Thursday?
ROH and Impact.
Nobody cares about ROH.
And who's going to watch a pay-per-view on a Thursday night?
Me?
Well, shit. I'm just talking about normal people. No, I'm just joking.
Oh.
But
I get you.
Yeah. What match are you guys anticipating the most off this card? For me, I'm actually going to go with the North American title match. Wes Lee, Joe Gacy, and Tyler Bate. I think it could be quite crazy to see Wes Lee and Tyler Bate in that same ring. And Joe Gacy has been making a lot of improvements as well over the past year and a half. I used to not really like him at all, but now I've realized that he is a good hand, he is talented, and he is worthy of being on the roster. And I think that all 3 of these guys will go out there and have a very good match. And I could see even opening the card, and I think that'd be a wise way to open up the card. And yeah, that's just what I see from it. I think the main event is exciting. Braun is slated to debut on the main roster sometime after SummerSlam. So we have a few more months of Braun in NXT. So that's the question here. We're only going to probably get into a little bit of predicting with this main event because it is a big match in a way. Because honestly, they did a good job of making a rematch feel a bit unpredictable in Carmelo versus Braun. Where do you guys see this going? Do you think Braun is possibly going to get the belt back and then it's 1-1 and they do a third match? Or do you think it just ends here with Carmelo standing tall?
I feel, don't get me wrong, I hate both of them. Everyone knows this right for me. But if I say anyone that I hate the least, I would say probably Carmelo is probably just going to take it, just because I feel like that's kind of how they're going to set up Carmelo to be better. And I think Braun Breaker is still going to look powerful, and I just probably that's the best way is probably by Carmelo just cheating his ass off, so Braun Breaker still looks good, just doesn't look weak. At the same time, he can probably go to the main roster right after that.
Honestly, I kind of hope Braun takes the dub eventually, because I feel like he'd be more. I like Carmelo, don't get me wrong, but it's such a Braun's cheesiness just kind of fits right. Like, we need more cartoony villains like that, especially for Raw. Just to kind of like even out the more serious guys like Roman and other dudes. You guys kind of get what I'm saying?
He's like a counteract to the serious heels, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I think we should have more of that variety. So then again, not every Raw is going to be like the greatest thing ever, so it'd fit in.
I will say, while Braun is comedic, he is someone you can also take seriously.
You want a dog?
If you want a friend, I don't give a shit. Go get a dog. Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah. Oh, what do you want to say, Berman?
I would say that probably the match that I am actually looking forward to is I say the Last Man Standing match, because I'm a big fan of Ilya Dragunov, one of my favorites, or the Heritage Cup, because I really love that type of matches right now. So one of those two is probably my anticipated match for himself.
Fair enough. And then this woman's title, Tiffany or Lyra. Honestly, a lot of people are thinking Tiffany's going to get it, which it makes sense. But I'm going to be honest here. I actually think it's going to be Lyra, because on NXT earlier this week, there was a woman in a hoodie who attacked a semi-finalist who lost. That was Roxanne Perez. And a lot of people, including myself, believe that hooded person to be Blair Davenport. So I think Lyra's going to take it, and it will only set up to Blair taking that title right off of Lyra. That's where I see it all going.
And honestly,
yeah, that makes sense.
It'd be cool. Sorry.
That's okay. I would say, yeah, it would be cool. Don't get me wrong. I actually used to love Valkyria when he was in UK a long time. But I started really hating her a lot in this new NXT, just because her finisher. There's no really finisher that she uses that are really cool. It used to be Carmelo's finisher, usually. That's her finisher used to be a long time ago. Now, it kind of sucks. So I really don't like her that much, to be honest. But if she's just set up to Blair Davenport, I'm perfectly fine with that, because I'm more a fan of Blair Davenport than Lyra right now. So I'm okay with for Lyra doing that, even if.
But even if she were to change up her finisher a little bit, Berman, would you like buy her for like winning the title?
100%.
You think she would be even able to at this rate? Because that's the one
I don't know.
I
she has
dislike
three
too.
finishers. Yeah, she has three finishers. One was the leg drop, kind of like Carmelo Hayes, the exact same thing. It was really good. I loved it. Then it was a splash, sucked. Then it was a leg lariat, sucked at the same time. If she can do something cooler, I'm perfectly fine, and I will give her that title 100%. But I really just don't feel. I really don't like her just because the finisher just sucks. That's all for me.
Any thoughts, Daniel? On our little debate?
Danny's good.
Oh, well, sorry about that. I died for a sec. I should be good now.
Okay.
You guys still recording?
Yeah. I'm just going to edit it out. It's fine. Just keep going.
Korea.
Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties just happened with my internet, but we are back. That's enough of NXT talk for now. I'm pretty sure we can all agree it is going to be a stacked show. So, now let's move on. WWE Night of Champions 2023. There will be a lot of positive, I say, about about this, but be prepared. There will be a lot of negative, because after WrestleMania 39, it's been pretty noticeable, but the quality in these shows have most definitely dipped. And the only show that has been really good was the Backlash pay-per-view. earlier this month. But yeah, one show out of tons since WrestleMania 39 is not a good thing whatsoever. And I think this pay-per-view will hit as well, because at this point I just think maybe the weekly TV is just going to suffer and the pay-per-views will hit, but it's not what I want in an overall wrestling company. I think everything should strive to be good, the weekly TV shows and the pay-per-views. And sure, there are good stuff in the 3 hours of Raw and the 2 hours of SmackDown, but if you watch it from start to finish, you're not going to hate it, but you're more than likely just going to be bored. And that's basically been the state of where we are right now with WWE. Vince has gotten his greasy little hands over the creative, and it's showing now more than ever, in my personal opinion. And that's why, even if the show is good, it's not really a show I am hyped for that much.
Get a life, kid.
Yeah.
Fuck Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. There were some really stupid matches in this whole thing that make no sense to put in this whole thing or make it in there. I would completely say that. It feels like Triple H is not in control anymore.
Which match would that be, Berman?
The Brock Lesnar and Cody one, definitely, and then the Walter versus Mustafa would be the two that I would say that should be there.
Rhea versus Natalia.
It's definitely a good one right there, and the definitely Kevin Owens and Roman one is completely there.
Like, there's no way someone can look me in the eye and tell me with confidence Triple H booked all 7 of these matches.
Oh my god, I just realized that. I just realized it was a stipulation match for the tag team belts. I just realized.
You didn't for the last 2.5 weeks?
Oh my god, Roman's gonna be the tag team tag.
How did you not realize this for the last 2.5 weeks?
I didn't realize it.
Oh my gosh, you really don't watch these shows.
No, he does not. The show's right there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's gonna become a tag team championship belt.
Well, you weren't worried about this until just now.
Oh no.
It's gonna. I mean, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, this card has been underwhelming though.
Yeah, Trish Stratus sucks ass at wrestling, so why is this even here?
You have quite the hot takes today.
Nah, man.
So, this is what I'll say though. Let's open with the first match. Raw Women's Championship, even though they're both on SmackDown. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. So, you know how the build-up to their WrestleMania 39 match was practically atrocious. And there wasn't really a build-up at all. Asuka became the #1 contender in the Elimination Chamber match. That was it. So, she lost to WrestleMania. And then a few weeks ago, Asuka interrupted Bianca's celebration of beating Io at Backlash. And she spit the mist in her eyes. And Bianca is like, I'm going to get that lick back. I'm going to get that lick back. That's been the entire build. So, yeah, tell me that this is a Triple H ran show again. Please, go ahead and tell me.
She's playing her face.
The story is not good. But what I will say is this. The match they had at Mania was amazing. And I would not be surprised if they pulled off the same or similar kind of magic at Night of Champions. With that being said, a lot of people are expecting Bianca to retain, and I've been predicting against Bianca, and I've been paying the price for it every time. But I'm going to do it again. I think I'm predicting Asuka to become the new Raw Women's Champion. And why? Because here's the deal. If you have Asuka turn heel just to lose this match, then you're not really helping Bianca, because Bianca's already proven herself against many. If Asuka loses, that hurts her. So think about it like this. Bianca doesn't really have much to gain from this match here, but Asuka does. She won't be taken serious probably ever again if she loses again after all of this, changing her entire persona, then turning heel. Like, after 2 big changes to her character, and she still loses to Bianca. that is incredibly concerning. And yeah, so I just have to give it to Asuka. Otherwise, I don't know what this company is really trying to do with Bianca anymore.
Yeah, and this is kind of why, to me, Bianca is very stale. So I 100% want Asuka to win. That's, to me, if they don't, I don't know what the fuck are WWE doing right now. I think just leave. If they want, do the same thing with freaking Bianca to Roman Reigns, if that's what they're thinking about right now. Like, it's really getting stale for me. So, Asuka, please, goddamn, win. Probably expectations, maybe an 8 as a.
Yeah, same here. 8 to 9.
I'm in the same boat too, but if Asuka doesn't win this, like, there's literally no point of her being there. Like, what was the point of turning her into a heel, like you're saying, in the build-up? Well, non-existent build-up, but like the build-up in that one episode. Because there's nothing else for Asuka to really do. But I'll give it 8. They always have good matches. They had a good match at the Puerto Rico one, I think, or was it the one before? I don't remember.
It was EO, and then the one before was WrestleMania, where that was Asuka and Bianca.
WrestleMania.
Now, let's move on to the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. This build-up is literally non-existent. Mustafa Ali became the #1 contender in a Battle Royal last week. And when he had the one chance to cut a promo this week, he didn't, because he got interrupted by Brock Lesnar. So his promo is now on his Twitter, on social media, the one that he tried to cut on Raw. And it was a great promo. It was a passionate promo. And yeah, it's just a shame WWE has 3 hours of weekly TV, and they can't fit 2 minutes of Mustafa needing to get things off his chest to put some kind of story into this match. They won't even allow that. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, honestly. So, yeah, all I'll say is this. I would love for Mustafa to give in a great performance and prove himself to the entire world that he is as great as I believe he is. But Gunther's obviously going to retain. I'm not saying he shouldn't retain. Gunther winning is the right decision here for sure. But I just hope this isn't a squash. I really do. It probably will be, but I really hope it's not. My expectation, I'm going to probably just leave it at like a 7, hoping that they at least get something. That's just really all I could say. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing, you know, like how they did the same thing with Selena Vega. They get this underdog that many people don't believe is going to win, and instead of trying to tell a story and maybe get people to think they could win, they say, nah, fuck it, let's just book the match, be lazy, and put 0 fucking effort into the damn storytelling. Like, it doesn't fucking matter if Ali is going to win or lose. If it's obvious he's losing, who gives a shit? Tell a fucking story. The fact that this plot has been lost among so many defenders, so many people, it's outrageous to me. That's all I could say. I'm hoping for the best here.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of things that kind of made me worry about this match, but at the same time, it's pretty much just going to be because Mustafa, and this takes place, if not correct, in Saudi. If not correct too, is that true?
Yeah, it's a political thing, just like Selena Vega. So they're being lazy, they're not telling the story, and they're like, oh, he'll get the pop, it's okay, so we don't have to do shit about it.
Yeah, so it probably is not going to be a squash, but it's going to be a very similar situation as what Rio match was. They're going to have some good action, but it's not. It's going to be Walters. It's going to be Walters win. It's not going to be that bad, but it didn't need to be on this. It should have been someone else completely. I don't know who else, but it should have been someone else. 100%. I'd probably say Gunther, and I say 7, maybe 7.5.
And I'm actually thinking it's probably just going to be a 5, to be quite honest, because I expect this match to be kind of a squash. As sad as that's sad to say, but we all know why Mustafa Ali is actually here. It's kind of, it's freaked up, but I get I understand why they did it, because it's a safer option, and like you said, Daniel, it's like they'll get the pop, but it's just lazy. I mean, honestly, he's obviously not going to win, but they could at least done something with it. And Bork kind of just nailed it on the coffin right there, and I'm like, yep, this guy has no chance in hell of winning. And then the Twitter thing, I'm sorry, but unless you're following Mufasa, you're not gonna watch it. So it's a big sad because that was actually pretty good. So I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, here's the deal, right? I'm just gonna move on, man.
Yeah,
It's just so lazy. It's so lazy. This next match,
is he really lazy?
I don't even. Yeah, even worse. SmackDown Women's Championship, even though they're both on Raw. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. Okay, I'm not gonna be as harsh as some of these people online are, but I don't understand why Natalya is getting a title match here. I don't quite understand it. I mean, if you at least had her regularly be on TV racking up wins and people know who she is.
I don't.
But she hasn't done anything in recent years to really impress wrestling fans. And when I say people know who she is, I just mean the common wrestling fan know who she is. So, yeah. All I'll say is this. I expect this to be 5. I think it'll be somewhere in the middle. I don't expect much out of this. I think Rhea's going to get the win. I guess this is just to help time go by for her title reign, which I've noticed WWE has been doing that a lot with a lot of champions. They'll pick a random challenger that has 0 chance of winning, and they'll also do that just because they want the time and days to pass by on that title reign so these champions can make history and make accolades, because that's something I'm starting to notice here. They want to wipe history and replace it with a whole new lineage. That's exactly what's going on. So if this is going to sound heartbreaking, I think there may be one title change on this entire show, and then after that they're going to get very, very strict on changing belts.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Rhea retains. 5 out of 10 match. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I'll probably say the exact same thing. It's kind of sucky that they're doing this type of thing. It should have been Rhea versus... There's probably so many people that can...
Candice, Nikki, Zoe. They have over 20 women on the roster. You're correct. They could have done so many other options.
Yeah, and it's very stupid that they did this, and it made no sense. So I'm still going to say 5. It's not going to be a good match. Probably could be okay, but not. It's not going to be one of the best matches of the night. It's just a plug, just a filler in this situation right now.
Yeah, it's my bathroom break match, so it's fine. I'll give it a 5.
And can we just talk about how this draft was like 4 weeks ago and the title situation still hasn't been addressed? We have the SmackDown Women's Champ on Raw and the Raw Women's Champ on SmackDown, and that has yet to be addressed.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Maybe they're doing it just let it go and just have those titles be on 2 different brands.
I suppose, it's better than a title swap, I suppose, but not by much. It's still crap. So, that's all I can say about it. Now, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. I think this will actually be good. I am excited not excited, but I am somewhat excited for Becky versus Trish. I'm interested in seeing what they can pull off here. Do I think it'll be spectacular? Probably not, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be solid. And that's all I can really say about it. I expect a 7-8, and I have Becky Lynch winning this.
For me, I think it's gonna be an okay match. It's kind of like a bringing more people because it's Trish Stratus, the best woman in the whole from Lita's time period, from their time period. So it's really big. Versus Becky Lynch, the best from the 2 days today. So pretty much the future from the past, future versus past, pretty much. It should be fun. I still don't like Becky. I don't know if there's any reason why. So I'm just picking Trish because I think it'd be fun to see Trish actually win. So I'd probably say 7 or 7.5.
Damn, and I'm the dark sheep again because literally I don't like Trish Stratus. She did impress me last time at the WrestleMania, and I don't expect this match to be no more than a 5. So another bathroom break match or a water drinking match.
Yeah, he shits on Lita, Trish, if you guys realize it.
Because they
He
can't
shits on all
wrestle.
the pioneers.
Because they can't wrestle.
Very
It's
uneducated
just
co-host I have right
nostalgia.
here. No,
just
it's not.
nostalgia.
And he loved Ric Flair.
I like Ric Flair.
So, triple main event. Fuck, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Triple main event. What the fuck is this? There is one main event. The match that is last is the main event.
No, Daniel, this is Triple H Mania.
Oh, triple main event in Saudi Arabia, our favorite place for WWE. Fucking Jesus Christ. Triple main event number 1. Cody Rhodes versus Bork Laser. I don't really care for this. Their first match was bad. This will be bad too. This is what I'll say. They're doing all this stuff except offering the crowd an explanation. I think it's just fucking wild at this point how people are eating this feud up, and it just makes no fucking sense. We don't know why Brock is attacking Cody. We don't know why. We literally don't know why. He's just attacking him. That's been the whole story.
It's because he's bored.
And yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. I expect a 4 out of 10. Cody isn't going into this match 100%. On Raw, Bork attacked his arm, Cody's arm, and Cody now has the arm bracelet thing, or he's probably going to have that arm bracelet thing. And yeah, now he is going into this like 50-60% against a 100% Brock Lesnar. So while the story is pointing to Brock winning, because imagine him losing to an injured Cody Rhodes, that would not make the Beast look like a beast. But believe it or not, I think Cody is actually going to get it done. I think Cody with an injured arm is still going to beat Brock Lesnar. Oh my God, they really trying to make this boy John Cena. So yeah, I mean I hate this to retire. I think he offers nothing to the business, and that's just how it is. And you can get mad at me all you want, but that's the truth. His matches suck. The only good matches he's had since 2012 are against people who are amazing, like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. See, think about the competitors I'm listing there. Oh, Brock has had great matches with those guys. Exactly, because they're those guys. They're people who are fucking great in this industry, who can carry just about anybody. So yeah, that's just the truth. Bork isn't needed anymore. I don't value Bork in the slightest anymore, and that's just my personal view.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. Everyone loves going to Cody Rhodes. I know this is probably gonna be pop for the Saudi Arabia people, but people just gonna be watching it. They're gonna be bored. I think it's just gonna be enough fun, and I kind of feel like it's gonna be Brock Lesnar gonna win this. So that's how I feel it myself, and I say it's gonna be a 3 or 4. So Brock Lesnar probably wins.
Yeah, I just hope to God this is the opener. Maybe this is the opener main event, because the last match was awful, and this one's gonna be just as bad. So
Well, here's my thing. You got to start the show hot. If you start the show like shit, you're gonna make people want to shut it off.
All right, so we start the match off with
Middle of the
Gunther
card,
versus
hoop
Mustafa
match.
Ali.
There you go. What?
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just saying, I think Cody Bork is better off being the first of 3 triple main events. Put it number 5 on the card. Good piss break match for. Well, actually, no, I can't say that with Rhea and Natalya being on the card, can I? Yeah, probably not. But it is what it is. I mean, it just shows this card isn't that good. It's not. I think the performances themselves will be good, which is what will make this card feel like it's actually solid. But if you're looking objectively at this card, it's not a good card. It is not. Now let's move on to this next match. The dumbest match I think I could have possibly ever thought of. I don't even know how anyone thought this match would be a good match to book. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, the second of the triple main event. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to begin with this. I think the match itself will hit. I think it'll be an 8. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But if we're thinking about it, you call this show Night of Champions, and Roman Reigns, being the WWE Universal Champion, should defend at Night of Champions. But he's not. He's getting a Tag Team Championship match instead. And logically, it makes zero fucking sense. Because sure, on one hand, you're like, oh, well, the Usos failed multiple times, so Roman's got to step in. True. In that sense, true. But here's the deal. If you're going to do this match, you should also have Roman defend his titles and make him pull double duty. If he's getting this title match, make him fucking pull double duty. Don't have your part-time world champion show up for a fucking tag titles match. That is so stupid. Then what? Are you going to put the tag titles on Roman and Solo to lose it back to the Usos? So what? We go from Usos to Kevin Owens and Sami to Roman and Solo to the Usos. So we are just right back to where we began. That is a pretty shit story, in my personal opinion, and I don't see it playing out like that. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will, in fact, retain the Tag Team Championships. And why? Because this is the match where the Usos are finally going to betray Roman and Solo. These past few weeks, the Usos have been getting, mentally abused, slightly physically abused, more than ever by the Tribal Chief. And you can see it on their faces. They've had enough. This is the match that is going to pull that off, because that's why people have been telling me why this match is booked. Oh, don't worry, it's for story purposes. And you know what? It probably is just for story purposes. We'll probably set up to Roman and Solo versus the Usos at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. But this is my overall big issue. The story was never Roman and Solo versus the Usos. The story was Roman versus Jay. Shoving Jimmy and Solo into all of this is just dumb. I'm sorry. You can say it's selfish to throw them out of it. No, it's selfish to Jay Uso to include them in. You can't have Jay be held down by Jimmy for the entirety of his career. I'm sorry. Jimmy always I'm about to make this real. I'm about to make this real quick. Jimmy is always getting into DUIs. He, even when on top of the world, is finding ways to fuck it all up. No one like that deserves to be pushed to the top. Jey Uso, he only fucked up one time. Jimmy, over and over and over again. Jay has earned this. Jimmy has not. Kevin and Sami retain. This is fucking dumb, but the match will be great. I expect an 8.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Should be a pretty good match. It just didn't have to happen. It's pretty much like a McMahon. This is a McMahon's match, pretty much. And I would 100% want Kevin and Sami to win, and I expect to see a betrayal from the Usos happen. It's just dumb. That's how this is kind of being set up. And now I want to bring up something too that you met up, that Roman should be defending his title. Did not say when they announced the Night of Champions saying that all titles will be defended. There is 2 titles not being defended in this whole thing right now.
And the US title is being defended SmackDown instead of the pay-per-view.
And they're saying it's supposed to have all titles defended in the pay-per-view. Alright. Wrong branding. You messed up your branding completely doing this. So it's very stupid for them to do this. So I would 100% say, I just want to finish it off saying, hope Sami and Kevin win. Hope the betrayal happens with Usos. And it should be an 8, even 8.5.
And same here. As long as if Sammy and Kevin Owens kind of take the titles and they don't drop it on Fleet, Roman, and Solo, it'd be the best option. But if they do, that's really stupid having a part-time guy as a tag team champion. But whatever. I'm sure the match will be great. But if that ending does happen, I don't know, man. I don't know.
This story should be main event Jey Uso's story. This is not meant for Jimmy and Jay. The match that began it all was Roman versus Jay. Including Jimmy and Solo into this is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I think it is.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a dick about Jimmy Uso. Maybe I am, but I think he's holding back Jay. They've been together for 13 years. You gotta spread out at some point. Enough is enough. Like, god fucking damn. Like, the Usos have been a thing for fucking ever. Experiment and split. Please. You both will be better off for it. Well, maybe not Jimmy. And guess what? That's fucking Jimmy's fault. But Jay shouldn't be held back by Jimmy.
Yeah, I think that you're completely correct about that too.
Like, I guarantee that's a controversial take. I might even make this short, but that's just how I feel. Jimmy is someone who fucks it up over and over and over again. He has the DUIs. He is the fuck up. Jay earned his story. So, that's just how I see it. Now, I'm going to move on to one more match. The main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins from Raw versus AJ Styles from SmackDown. I'm going to let these two speak about it first before I give my thoughts.
Yeah, for me, this match would be probably the best match of the night. It probably will be, and I would expect a 9 or a 9.5. And I will expect 100% Seth Rollins to win because I really doubt they will make AJ Styles win because he's on SmackDown. And the first time I saw the SmackDown, and because they just drafted it, and now they're going to move right into a Raw after they win a title. It makes no sense to me. So I just feel like Seth Rollins is going to win. It's more the obvious pick just because of how much Seth is getting pushed for a title and everything. It makes completely sense. And this match should be the best of the match of the night, and it should be great, I would say. Definitely 9.5 for me.
And same here. Out of all the matches, I think this will make up for the pay-per-view, and I'm kind of rooting for AJ Styles just for the fact that Seth Rollins is kind of busy right now filming some things for Disney for the Captain America show, so I don't know if he does end up winning it, how will it work, because we don't want another part-time champion, especially for the first ever heavyweight championship belt that we had for a hot minute. This match is going to be great. I expect it to be a 9. These two will always deliver, so I'm excited for this one. So Daniel, you go ahead and take it away.
I agree. Now, I want AJ to win. I do. But I think Seth is winning. I think that's just what they're lining up for. And yeah, I can just realistically see it go down. But I want to discuss a heavily rumored WrestleMania main event after this that is being surfaced around the internet. And I want to get your thoughts on it. So, yeah, keep things short, sweet, and simple. I'd love for AJ to win just because I love AJ Styles. But yeah, with Seth, it just makes sense. It just does. And I feel like he personally is at that point with management to where he's probably like pissed off and wants to be that top guy again. I could totally see that being the case. So, yeah. So I could say I think the match will be amazing. And I expect a 9. But yeah, just like Berman said, it doesn't really make sense with the brand split going on and everything. With the way they lined this tournament up, it should have just been a Raw exclusive tournament with the way this was going to play out. But it is what it is. So overall, I expect the pay-per-view to be a 7. Even though I'm talking all this shit, I still think it will be a good pay-per-view. The build-up to this is pretty atrocious. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, for me, same thing. It's probably gonna be a 7, maybe a 7.5, depending on everything. But I do want to give something else too. That I am a big fan of AJ Styles. There's nothing to do that. I really love AJ, but it still, I think Seth is 100% winning. I just want to give that thought, just so anyone thinks I'm hating on AJ. No, I do love him. I just feel like Seth Rollins is the makes sense choice for me. So, but still, expectation for the whole show 7, 7.5.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'd stick with the 7. Expect a lot of mid matches and maybe like one phenomenal match, which is going to be the actual main event, not the 2 stupid ass triple main events.
So now this is a rumor. And this is for the WrestleMania 40 main event for the Raw side. They want to do Cody Rhodes versus Gunther.
Yes.
But there's something you must realize in what I said. I said on the Raw side. That means he's not beating Roman.
Oh. That's fine. He lost to that rubber chicken anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It was all because of the rubber chicken.
Because of the rubber chicken, dude.
I mean, I think they will do the rematch, and if they do the rematch, Cody's gonna win. But I don't know, because I'm also hearing they want to do Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania 40, and maybe that's the thing. I think they want Cody's moment to be at 40. I think it's too long of a wait. I think SummerSlam is the appropriate place, but at the same time, if they're going to do the Edge World title win at SummerSlam, that should be its own night. So, I don't know. I don't really know how to go about it. Because it is being pitched right now that here's the deal. I think everyone can agree it's coming down to 3 people who are winning this briefcase. It's either Cody, it's either Edge, or it's LA Knight. It's one of the 3.
Yeah.
If it's Cody or Edge, they're probably winning the belt at SummerSlam. If it's LA Knight, he'll probably be a long-term holder to build himself up, because that would make more sense for him. So that's kind of how I see Money in the Bank playing out this year. And yeah, enough of WWE. Let's hop into AEW. So there is a controversy that has kind of been going on throughout the past month, but has only blown up a bit recently, with certain people like JD from NY opening up the discussion and other people like that. And if you're wondering what's wrong, well, I'm going to post into this chat here that AEW are using AI generated art. Now, for all their shirts for the first 4 years or so of AEW, they were having artists behind it, real human artists behind it. But they released 3 shirts plus an Outcast shirt, so I believe that's 4 shirts in total that are AI generated that have come out in the past month. So, what can I say about it? I think that it is, I get it, AI art is like the future in a way, that's what people are seeing it as, but I think this is scummy. I think this is as scummy as you could possibly get. I mean, you got a billionaire running the company, right? And you can't hire actual artists who will do far better merchandise than these absolute shitty shirts that are released on the AEW shop. I mean, every shirt that has been AI generated just looks like absolute shit. It is the truth. This is taking jobs away from real artists who have real passion, who can create some genuine, real art. And if you want muted art, go watch some of the recent MCU movies and see what it's like when a studio just completely takes over the creative process. But watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and see when the artist gets involved. Human touch will always destroy AI. Fuck AI, fuck the movement, and fuck anyone backing AI art to overtake human art. I will never support AI art, and I will never support AI movement in general. I am rooting for the humans every day of the fucking week.
Yeah, I think I say it's scummy too. Don't get me wrong. AI is the future. So many people are trying to make AI, but not the AI making art. That's kind of stupid to me. I'm okay with AI intelligence and stuff like that, like trying to make, like doing social engines, search engines for that crap. But making AI do art for their shirts is just really scummy. I would say the exact same thing too. It's very stupid. It makes no sense. It's pretty much Tony Khan being selfish, saying I don't want to pay anyone to make art. I can make a robot make art. Very stupid. I would say 100%. So it's very dumb that they did this. That's all I'm going to say about this.
Indeed, it's just like a waste of time. You don't need a. You can honestly fork the bill. It's fine. It's unnecessary. Hopefully, this is just a dead trend. I don't know how long it's gonna last for, but hopefully the AI stuff goes away sooner or later.
Because honestly, all the shirts I've bought from AEW that are genuinely great are made by human beings. And I bought over a year ago, so that's how I know for a fact. But yeah, man, I don't like this movement of multi-million-dollar companies trying to be as cheap as possible. Like, we saw it this week when we went to Dynamite Live earlier this week. We had a fun experience. There's no denying it, but they decided to cram 3 shows into one show. There was a 6-hour show, and you just basically got 6 hours of wrestling crammed into this one show, and it just felt very exhausting. And many people left before it could even finish because it was just, a drag in a way. So, yeah. And do you want to know why he taped all those shows in one day? Because it saves money. I don't like AEW being motivated by the teeniest dollar. It is scummy. It is sad. And I hope that they move away from this type of vibe as soon as possible.
Yeah, same thing with me. It's when we watched it, it was getting a little bit too much. We left before the last 2 matches happened because there's just getting a little too much. Started adding stuff that were just making it so long. It's just definitely a wrong thing to do on making shows like this. It's very, very dumb. But even if we had a lot of fun there with all that crap happened.
Yeah.
So, with all that stuff being said, let's hop into the AEW Double or Nothing 2023 card. Now, I'm more excited for this than Night of Champions, but I'm not as excited for this as I am for Battleground, basically. But because it is AEW pay-per-view, it always goes hard. I'm going live, so I'm excited as hell for that. It's going to be fun. And I have 9 matches total. The Acclaimed called out House of Black for the pay-per-view, but I don't know if that match is official just yet. We are going to do predictions for that match, just in case if it is. So, we'll be addressing that match later. Now let me say this. I think this pay-per-view looks solid. I mean, it's 10 matches. 9 as of right now, but it could be 10 matches crammed into this show. I mean, it's a lot, but at the same time, I don't really mind it either, in a weird way. I don't know why. I don't really mind it. So, we're going to begin here. And there's no matches announced for the 0 hour yet. We're just going to predict what is announced as of right now. And I'm going to go with how I would personally structure the card. I would kick it off hot. I would kick it off with the unsanctioned match between Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. I think this will be a lot of fun. I think you could do a lot of great stuff here. And overall, who do I see winning this? I think Adam Cole is going to go ahead and get that W. So, expectations are an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think same. I'll probably say the exact same thing. This match sounds so much fun. We saw Sabu there when we went there. It was very cool to see him. It was interesting to put as a special enforcer. I'm really hoping for Adam Cole to take that win, that W. I really love Adam Cole there. So I think to me, Adam Cole is definitely gonna win this. probably a lot of interference is going to 100% happen, but it should be probably an 8, 8.5.
Same here. But my only complaint is I'm going to see this live as well. If Sabu, I don't care if he's 80, Daniel, he better get on the chair and do his little backflip off the ring.
That's not happening.
That's gonna happen. Listen, man, Ric Flair
Okay.
could do it. Sabu could do this too. It's
Ric Flair
hard.
cannot do that.
Now you're just being a hater now.
I'm being serious. Ric Flair cannot do a backflip, a springboard backflip with a chair through a table. You want to try to imagine Ric Flair at his current age doing that? Go right ahead. Just have the image right in your head. Just play it over and over and over again.
It'd be like
Think about that.
It'd be like that ladder match.
Think about how realistic that would look. Oh yeah, when he almost died from taking a superplex. I love Ric Flair, but real talk though. Yeah, who do you think's winning this, Chris?
Oh, without a doubt, Adam Cole. Dude, come on, yes, Sabu, the old man Sabu.
Yeah. There's a return I think could happen in this match.
It's Ric Flair.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Maybe. But what
I
about
think so,
Bobby
too.
Fish?
Nah, we don't need him.
Okay.
No, we don't. Well, the only one we need is O'Reilly.
Because we got Cole and Strong. All we need is O'Reilly, yeah. So, next match. The Hardy Boys and Hook versus Ethan Page and the Guns. This should be fun. I'm excited. I think we'll get some tag action with the Hardys, and we'll probably get Hook wiping everyone for the finish. So Hardy Party wins 7 out of 10. Expectation.
Yeah, I say the same thing too. Hardy's, I think, should win 100%. I don't think there's any way why they should not lose. So 100% Hardy's win, 7, maybe 7.5. Honestly.
And I'm in the same boat. It's gonna be dumb fun, so I'll give it a 7.
Now, we move on to the AEW TBS Championship match. Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. I want Taya to win. I really do. But for some odd reason, I have a bad feeling Jade is retained.
No!
I don't want it.
No!
I don't want it at all. But I think AEW are really waiting on Chris Statlander, which is stupid. So stupid. Just give it to Taya. But they want this to be for Chris. So yeah. I think Jade wins. I expect a 6 out of 10.
For me,
And after the match, but after the match, I think Chris will return and we'll get that championship match at Forbidden Door where Jade finally loses.
for me, I want Taya. So I'm just gonna stick with Taya. I know maybe it's possible for Jade to win. Everyone hates Jade, but Taya should win, and I want her to win. So I'm taking Taya. I would say 6. I would say 6, maybe 6.5.
And I'll be the same boat. I'll give it a 6. I hope Taya Valkyrie wins because I cannot stand Jade Cargill being the longest champion for like no reason and not improving. So it is what it is, man. Anyway, no, I don't even expect a 6. It's gonna be a 5.
Next match. AEW Trios Championship match. House rules, maybe not house rules, I don't know. House of Black versus Acclaimed. House of Black retain. I love the Acclaim, but House of Black are just unstoppable. The house rules are really cool. I just think everything they do right now is just damn solid, and they shouldn't take the belts off them just yet. So House of Black is my pick. I expect a 7.
Yeah, same thing. I think the House of Black should probably win this. Probably is going to be so many cheers for the Acclaim, but House of Black is going to win this. There's no way they're going to lose it until maybe another trios tag team goes against them. Maybe the Elite, maybe BCC. My guess, one of those two. But definitely House of Black, 7, 7.5.
Same here, 7.5 too. Just because these two teams they're both great in the ring. Hopefully they have good chemistry, and depending on what the stipulations are for this kind of match, it might be even great than it is already. So I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm really excited for this one.
Now we get in to the ladder match for the TNT Championship. Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Now, I'm not even going to lie. This story is about trying to make Christian Cage look like an absolute piece of shit, like an absolute jerk heel. But for some reason, when I'm seeing him just doing these promos, he's just making me laugh, and I don't know. Christian Cage is just incredibly entertaining as a heel. Like, he's just an amazing heel. I got to give it to him. With that being said, though, I think Wardlow is going to retain. I just think, with the story being involved, this dude's basically getting punked, attacked every single week, and Christian's making fun of his father because he is dead. So, Wardlow has basically been bitched out from start to finish this entire feud. He has to get his vengeance here. And that's probably what's going to happen. I expect a 7 to an 8 out of 10 on this. Wardlow retains.
Yeah, I think same thing. I feel like Wardlow is just trying to be the most dominant right now. It's not gonna be probably the best match, but it's gonna be some interferences. Probably, I would say 100%. It's probably a 7, 7.5. It's definitely 100% gonna be Wardlow winning.
Dude, if Christian Cage doesn't win, this is rigged. I need my Chad Main to beat Wardlow because Wardlow's boring. I need somebody with some flair, and he's gonna end up winning this with the help of Luchasaurus. Alright? Because Christian Cage always makes fun of everyone's dead dads. And we need that to be our TNT champion holder. Alright?
Well, if you say so your pick is Christian Cage?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, they used to call it the Casino Battle Royal. Now they're calling it the Blackjack Battle Royal. I don't really know what the difference is. I don't really think there is one. But there are 21 competitors. It is for the AEW International Championship. The champion, Orange Cassidy, is defending against these 20 men. Be prepared. Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Jay White, Juice Robinson, Ray Phoenix, Pentagon, Bandito, Commander, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Moriarty, Big Bill, Ari Daivari, Tony Nese, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Kip Sabian, Butcher, and Blade. So, we got an interesting lineup there. I say the main contenders are Orange Cassidy, Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, Ricky Starks, and Jay White. I think those 5 are the 5 we need to discuss. I think those are the 5 with the highest possibility. Well, actually, because Orange Cassidy, he is the champion. What if he retains against all 20 men? How crazy would that make Orange Cassidy look?
Pretty big.
It would be like a beast, dude.
So that's the thing. Will that happen, though? My answer is no.
Same. There's no way to me.
And if you noticed the little things about his match with Kyle earlier this week, how he was kind of being more desperate. He was willing to win by a countout if he had to. And Orange Cassidy usually doesn't do that, but he had his back taped up and other stuff like that. So he's been battling week after week, and now it's grueling to him. And that's, I think, the story thread. He's going to be a fighter. He'll probably make it all the way to the final 3 or something. But then that's when he'll be eliminated.
Yeah.
So I think that's what will happen for Orange Cassidy. And after this, I could very likely see them moving Orange Cassidy up to either the TNT title or the AEW title, because he's proved himself as a fighting-worthy champion with the international title. So, now let's talk Swerve and Keith. What if one of those 2 guys won?
It will be fun. It makes sense for one of them, but because Keith and Swerve have a rivalry, so I don't know about that one.
That's what I mean. So if one of them won, then the title would probably be with the rivalry. Same applies to Ricky and Jay.
Yeah, even if probably out of everyone, for me it's Jay White or Ricky. One of those two I would 100% take for the title myself. One of those two.
I think my prediction, just to be safe, I'm going to pick Jay White. I think that's just a safe bet to go with. I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royals as it is, if I'm being honest. Or Royal Rumble matches in general. They're just not really my thing. But I don't know. This could be decent, I guess. I'm going to give it a 6 to a 7 on expectation.
I would say 6 and maybe 6.5 for me.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine, and hopefully Jay White does take it. But if Orange Cassidy retains, I'll be okay with it too. I'll just play it safe and just think it will be a 7. There's a lot of good names in there.
Yeah, there is. So honestly, it's kind of hard to be pissed off at this. Like, if Bandito and Commander, if those guys even won, I wouldn't even be mad at that either. Like, there's just a lot of good names in here.
Yeah.
So now let's move on to the AEW Women's Championship match. Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm 2. I was very hyped for this, but then I kind of realized that Jamie is actually injured. And that's why she wasn't really used this week on Dynamite or Rampage. So, with that being said, this is tough. I want Jamie to retain, but I get why she wouldn't because of the injury. And damn it, man. I think Tony's taking it. I think Tony's taking it. I mean, I want Jamie to win. I really wish she wasn't injured right now. It sucks because she's on quite the roll. She's the best competitor alongside Athena in the entire AEW Ring of Honor divisions. She's just tremendous. She's been a tremendous champion. Even if the reign hasn't had many stories to it, she's done an incredible job in making her presence and making herself feel like a champion.
Yeah. I think they're going to deliver, though.
AEW Women's Champion, but I don't think she will be anymore on Sunday, sadly. I see Toni Storm taking that title. I think Athena will join the Outcast. And then the Outcast will have both the AEW Women's and the ROH Women's title. And I think they'll be more dominant than ever. And that's basically where I see it going. The match expectation, I see it being a 7 to an 8. I don't know if it'll be as good as the last match due to Jamie's injury. So I'm just going to hold off on that.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a good match, definitely, but I would say Tony's probably going to win this. It makes sense with all the things happening. So for me, Tony's going to win, and say 7.5 for me too, or say have 7.
Same boat here, just because of the injury thing. So she might be not 100%, but it's still going to be cool seeing it. And they delivered really good last time. So hopefully, if they ever do like another match in the future, it'll be just as good as the first one. So 7.5. And winner would be Toni Storm. Just because the Outcasts. Even though I hate them. And it's cringe. But it's whatever. It's so bad.
Alright, well now we're going to go to Anarchy in the Arena 2. Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite. For a long while, I had the Elite winning because I assumed it was going to be a 5-on-5 with Koda and Konosuke. But I don't think that it's going to happen. I think that BCC are going to get the win. And it's going to be thanks to a heel turn and a betrayal by Konosuke. So I expect this to be amazing. I think it'll be a 9. I don't know if it'll be a 10 like the first Anarchy in the Arena match, but it'll be amazing. That's all I'll say. So, moving on.
Yeah, I think it was going to be a great match. There's probably going to be a Konosuke thing. probably might happen today. Yeah, this site on the Anarchy and Arena to probably with how it might be, and it's gonna be very fun. Definitely, I would want. I probably it's kind of hard for me, but I think the BCC because how they're becoming really big right now. So I think the BCC will win the Anarchy and Arena, and I would say 9, maybe a 9.5 with depending on the match.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.5 as well, just because like they're just gonna deliver, and hopefully, I'm pretty sure BCC is gonna win, unless of course like Kota Ibushi somehow shows up at the end of the match or something wild happens. But who knows? It's gonna be the match of the year. I'm feeling it. It's gonna be great.
Now we hop into AEW Tag Team Championship match. FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I'll let Chris talk about this first.
Listen, man, you like to shit on Jeff Jarrett, and it's understandable, but you can't tell me that this match is gonna deliver. You got FTR, you got the stupid shenanigans of Jay Lethal, and who knows what Mark Briscoe's gonna do. Just for the fact that it may not be match of the year, it may not be match of the day, it may not be match of the week, but it's gonna be match of the century because it's Jay Lethal, man, and it's Jeff Jarrett. It's gonna be just stupid fun at the end of the day, if I'm being quite honest. Everyone's gonna act like it's gonna be like the worst thing ever, and it's not. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be at least a 6, in my opinion. And hopefully
So the Jeff Jarrett defender has spoken.
Oh, I'll give it a fair rating.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my bathroom break match.
You bastard.
Jeff Jarrett shouldn't have been hired by AEW. He is fucking useless. He doesn't draw a single dime and has broken 10,000 guitars, so he's probably... I mean, it just says it all.
We need jobbers like him in this company, damn it.
He should be a jobber. I don't know why he's getting main matches like this.
But he loses all the time.
And he shouldn't even get the opportunities in the first place. That's just how I see it. So, yeah. I think this is fucking stupid. Poor FTR. Seriously, poor FTR. Out of all teams, this is your only option. Fuck off. So, this is my bathroom break match. I'm gonna pop for FTR, take a fucking dump, probably miss it all. And then, so if you guys barely hear me talk about it on Sunday, you'll know why. My prediction, FTR retains, but there is that chance Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal actually do win. I would not be surprised. Because I'm not even surprised by any of the bullshit that happens in the industry these days. So, yeah, that's the overall prediction that I see. And my expectation for it, fucking 4 or 5.
Yeah, for me, I want 100% FTR to win. It's very possible too. I would say that the Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal will win because of the Mark Briscoe. It's very possible, but I really don't want that to happen myself. I know they're kind of funny, but not. It's just FTR need this title reign more than anything else right now, and I probably say a 5-2.
Main event for the AEW Championship, the 4 Pillars Fatal 4-Way. MJF, Darby Allin, Jack Perry, and Sammy Guevara. I want Darby to win, but I don't think that's happening. I think MJF is retaining. That just seems to be like the most likely scenario to come out of all this. And that's all I can really say. The build has been pretty rough, but I think the match itself will be amazing. And my expectation for it, a 9 out of 10. Again, I really want Darby to win. I feel like this would be the perfect place to give him the belt, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think MJF retains, and at All In, he'll probably fight either Adam Cole, or if they sign him, Drew Galloway, or Drew McIntyre, or whatever. Drew whatever.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. If perfectly honest, I want Darby to win. I really think this is gonna be a fun match. Could be great to watch. I'll give it a 9 or 9.5. But for me, it's either Darby Allin or MJF would be the two that I want to see win. One of those two.
And I'm hoping Darby does win, but if MJF retains, that's fine. But I highly doubt it, since the New Japan thing is coming up too for Forbidden Door, and he's not wrestling it. So hopefully Darby can take the W this time. And the match, it's going to deliver. It's going to be a 9. But if Sammy ends up winning, I hope not. But if he ends up winning, I'm going to crush.
If Sammy wins, that's going to be the Double or Nothing will be the last AEW review I ever do. And if you guys don't believe me, just watch. Just watch. So, any final thoughts you guys have to say about the overall pay-per-view weekend? What are your thoughts on all three of these shows as a whole? Well, if you had to rank least to most hype, what would you rank?
I would 100% say the AEW Championship match will be number 1, number 2, Anarchy, 2, and then number 3, Blackjack, and number 4, House Rules, and then probably the last would be the Adam Cole, Chris Jericho. The rest are kind of interchangeable for me.
That's fair. That's very fair. How about you, Chris?
I'm in the same boat with Berman. Just those two alone, and probably my third pick, if they do end up delivering, would be Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. But I don't know. I don't know how serious the injury is with what Jamie Hayter is.
Yeah, we really don't know. But I really hope Jamie retains so we can get that Jamie versus Mercedes match. I really do. It's necessary. But I know Mercedes is also injured, so actually... Oh, well, I guess we're not getting that match anyways. Bad luck, man. Bad luck. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much the whole Piledriver podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we said some pretty bold takes here. Chris said some stuff about Trish Stratus. I said some harsh things about Jimmy Uso. I think maybe Jimmy Uso might be a genuinely nice person, but it just kind of does genuinely catch my eye how many times he's kind of, gotten into situations these past 13 years. And yeah, it just really concerns me on the behalf of Jay. And I get it. They're twin brothers. I understand that bond is a bond that can't really be broken. But hell, Jeff and Matt are brothers. They broke up at some point and explored solo competition. Like, I don't know. I think having each Uso try to explore themselves in solo waves would just be beneficial for every party involved. So, yeah, that's all I can really say. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Daniel.
I've been Berman.
I've been Chris.
And we'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.